sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, on just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, on just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a great morning today. Oh my. I gotta turn off. I had the background removed. And it takes up a lot of resources when I do that. So there we go. Put the background back in there. Can I get this to is this guy gonna follow me? Oh, I literally have to turn it. Okay. Fine, it is what it is. How are you guys all this morning? I am doing well. I did hear that the Flea was talking about me last night. Now I did not watch it because I don't watch them. I don't give them my time and energy. It's just such a waste. But I did want to address apparently what they were saying. They were saying that I have left the What the Hell story. I'm here to tell you folks, I have not. I've not left the What the Hell story. There's just nothing interesting in it going on right now. A lot of the court cases have been on hold. They remain on hold. I am not interested in this whole shit with lips. Like, it's just boring to me. I'm not interested in stuff with Felisa. There is a viral post that a guy posted a little bit over a week ago, and it went completely viral, and it's turned into a meme. And yeah, I've got it here because this highlights my point very well. Here we go. It's amazing how much leftist discourse is just them pretending not to understand things, thus making discourse impossible. And that's what they're talking about. This guy was talking about the American left, and it absolutely applies to the fleas. 100% applies to the fleas. Like, these aren't people that you can have any type of discussion with. Everything is a sliding scale on them. They come in with confirmation bias. Anything that confirms what they want to push or what they believe is the truth. Everything else is a lie. You can't debate with people like that. You can only do one thing. And this is where I get very frustrated with what the Hales bans. Which, hold on, one quick, I'm going to go through, I'm going to welcome everyone. Hellhound, good morning. Nancy, good morning. Voss, good morning. Good to see you. Seagirl, welcome. Good to see you. Sharon, good to see you. Yeah, and exactly what Sharon is saying here. Refuse to give them any views. Yeah, and that's the right. Why is this? Sharon refuses to give them any views. That's the right take. I really don't give them any views. If you guys know, if I have them on, I'm restreaming their shit. Because I know it annoys them. The only thing you can do with people like them is just mock the ever-loving shit out of them. Just mock them, make fun of them, and that's it. Because you're never going to have an intelligent discussion with them. It's never going to happen. So yeah, there's nothing. Fleabag thinks she's got all this proof, and her lawyer broke laws and says she has proof and shows that. Right? That's the way it's always been. That's why they've all avoided service. That's why none of them will show for a deposition. Like, yeah, it's a stupid tactic. It really is a stupid tactic. Do you really think you're going to outrun the American judicial system? I mean, you've even seen it now with paint chips. He was served. But yeah, they think that like, that by me not talking about the case that I've left the case. I haven't left the case. Like, not at all. I'm going to keep talking about this. I just I was watching a little bit of Jeremy and Jeremy's members only yesterday. I jumped in kind of late, and because he was talking about Crook open carrying, and I didn't like when I came in. They were already talking about George and like some of the auctions and stuff they're doing, and that's fine. I'm glad that they're talking about that stuff because for a long time they couldn't talk about that stuff, and I get it. But I'm really glad that they can talk about that stuff, even though it's not the stuff that interests me the most. I think they do a great job with it. I really enjoy, um, you know, I really enjoy when they have fun with it. But I've been in it from from day one of the chaos of John Lynette because it's just insanity. They are just insanity. The fleas, lips, paint chips, I find them all boring. I really do. And here's the big thing. Um, they all jumped in to get attention. Now, don't get me wrong. John and um, Lynette want attention, but they are straight up crazy. They are insane. Those people are nuts. Felisa, they know they're nuts. They know that they're nuts. I mean, she stopped talking with Lynette, so they know it. But yeah, I'm in it for that insanity. Some of the things Lips does entertain me, but like her insanity is a little bit different. I'm interested in court orders only. See, but I don't fall into that trap of, all these people who only focus on the court stuff because people get very emotionally invested, and you've seen it. People getting very upset at the various judges, getting upset that things aren't happening. This is court. This is court, folks. Fed I am following a federal court case that was started in 2020. It's 2026. So you if you don't have patience, these cases are not going to be for you. This is not like state cases. And I do want to get into a state case too. Some wrote a filing for LMLP to bankruptcy begging to have sanctions removed from the thumbnail case. Yeah, I did see that. And that's the type of insanity that I love. Like, those are not at all related. And like, but that is par for the course for Lynette. That is why I was watching Jeremy for at least 6 months before I ever even commented. Hey, Trin, good to see you. Yeah, I was watching for 6 months way before I even commented publicly about it. But I commented once about the corruption because you guys know I follow a lot of stories of corruption. And the other time, like, I jumped in this when it was all about Lynette. I was like, "Oh, I'm in it for this. I'm in it for this." Yeah, it has bubbles, but and that's why okay, I'm gonna talk about someone else. I'm gonna talk about Nick Rekieta. I have watched Nick Rekieta for years, and I know he's friends with Megan. And I know people got upset with me when he was having his troubles. Nick Rekieta is a very smart lawyer and has great analysis. And he's been just tearing bubbles up. Nick Rekieta went through some tough stuff, but I recognized he was hanging around with some YouTube people, specifically a comedian, who are bad news. Bad news. Gino Bisconti is a comedian. Everything he touches turns to shit. The dude is a addict. He is an addict. Everyone needs to stay away from that guy. And he just goes from drama to drama to drama. And it's sad because I used to really enjoy he had a show on Compound Media, and it was a really funny show. He did it with Aaron Berg. And I mean, they were the funniest comedians, but the funniest comedian podcast that they had going. And he ruined it with his alcoholism, and then it turned to drug use. And Nick Rekieta got involved with him and Chrissy Mayer, who's a J6 informant, got involved with those people. And that's where he and his wife got into cocaine and swinging, and it went through a bad thing. But I'm glad that he's as bad as everything that happened to him. He appears to be clean now, and he's back doing his expert legal analysis, and I'm very happy for that. And I'm loving that he's just dismantling Bruce. He's at his core, he is a really good guy. He got involved with Aaron Amulte, who Aaron Amulte is a complete and total piece of shit. Yeah, he did his time. It was all drugs. He got involved with drugs. And that's a really good example. There are so many good people out there. I know people have given me a hard time because of my opinions on the homelessness, that it's mainly mental illness and drugs. But whenever you've dealt with someone who gets involved with drugs, their personality changes. Who they are on drugs and who they are off drugs is totally different. So I hope he stays clean because him off drugs is amazing. He is one of the best people with legal analysis. I've been watching a lot of Andrew Branca as well here lately. Hey, Wise Angel. I've been watching a lot of his analysis. He's pretty good at a lot of his stuff. Some of his stuff, I'm like, okay, Andrew, you're pushing the bounds. I watch a lot of these law tubers. Barnes Law has kind of gotten a little bit because he gets into polls, and I love polls too. But yeah, he gets a little bit crazy with some of his stuff. Um, Robert Gouveia, I think, is great. Legal Mindset, I think, is amazing. Those are probably my two favorite uh, law tubers: is Nick Rekieta and Legal Mindset. Yeah, and Nick is clean right now, or at least appears to be, and he's doing a great job. And I hope that keeps up because he really does have great legal analysis, really does. And I knew I knew Larry, the DUI guy, more from his stuff that he's done on First Amendment audits. So I'm glad Nick Rekieta is in this, and it just shows how crazy Bruce is. And Bruce, I find it funny. Like Bruce cannot stand Lynette because she's, they always say that the worst clients are other lawyers because they constantly are second guessing your legal strategy. No, Lynette is the worst client because she is insane and just like will not follow stuff. She's pretty crazy. Which I knew it was going to be entertaining. It's going to remain entertaining. But as far as Fleesa goes, like I'm not watching their show. And all these people and this was what I was getting at earlier. All these people on What the Hell side who watch their show and try to debate with them are just as insane. Like they're just as insane. Like you're never going to get anywhere. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why my voice is getting scratchy. You're never going to get anywhere debating them. So I don't get why you're doing it unless if it's insanity on your part, which I believe it is. I've seen some of these people firsthand. Some of these people need absolute therapists. And just because I'm not doing the things I was doing doesn't mean I've dropped the case. Oh no. Oh no. I'm just waiting for things to happen. And I'm not getting involved in the stupidity. Like all these people with their Facebook groups. Like when there was that fake group out there, I would get in there and just mock them. And that's what you need to do. You mock them. But there are people out there who think they're mocking them, but it's like, no, you're getting into the back and forth with insanity. And it doesn't work. Bruce can't stand to be told wrong. That is 100% correct. You hit the nail on the head, Nancy. And the thing is, that's a bad disposition to be if you're a lawyer because you're gonna be told that you're wrong many times, and you just have to accept it and move on. You have not convinced the judge. No, Lacey's right here. She just interferes with the facial recognition. Yeah, lips and chips. Yeah, like I have fun with lips. I don't give a shit about chips at all. Like that dude, I know he bothers a lot of people. Doesn't bother me. I he does exactly what I do. He's a troll. He's a troll, and I see it for what it is. And what's funny is you can't troll a troll. That's what people don't know. You can't troll a troll. Like they're just going to find it funny. They're just going to find it funny. They're going to laugh. So why would I troll Paint Chips? I think Paint Chips knows he can't troll me. Like, I'm just gonna find it hilarious. uh, selling crystals at the time, but I was watching some larger crystal mining channels. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Wise Angel, you have to charge your crystals. Did you not see my YouTube short from the other day? You have to charge your crystals. That's how you don't get shot by ice. Oh man, too funny. His eyeliner was very off-putting. Whose eyeliner? Was it Paint Chips wearing eyeliner? I didn't watch their show. I don't watch their show. I did see Tugs. He put up a clip of Ray Bone Crusher, and that guy's just an idiot as well. Like, just a first class idiot. Let's see. I'm looking at a couple stories here, things I might want to talk about. Oh yeah, there was one thing I do want to. Is it on here? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, this is a different story. So this is not what Hale's stuff, but I do want to show it to you guys. Let me know if the sound is okay.
I need a security over here now. Because these ladies and this whole section's gonna vouch for it. You wanna make a scene? I'm gonna make a scene. Messing my teenage nieces again. Bullshit. Where is their security guard? I need security right here. Because this whole section knows they've been loud and obnoxious. Now they want to use profanity in front of my nieces. I'm so sorry. Once you start messing with my teenage nieces, then I got an issue with that. Like you've never heard this before. No, man. I'm sorry. I've been more than patient. Everybody in this section don't fuck with my teenage nieces. I need a security over here now.
Yeah, this is at Mamma Mia on Broadway. Mamma Mia. I hate that song. I have no interest in this play. But I do. Okay, this is about right and wrong, okay? These women are wrong for cussing around those young women for being loud and obnoxious during a show. I don't know what the fuck is the matter with so many women today. It's an epidemic of women. I've talked to so many comedians, and they're like, "Yeah, the worst people to have in your show is white women because they think they can talk during the show." And I experienced this. I went on a date to a comedy show, and we went to a bar ahead of time. We had a couple drinks. We were feeling good. And we get into the comedy show. Thankfully, it was a comedian I really love. But thankfully, we were sitting in the back because she kept talking during the show. And there was a woman up front who was doing the same thing. And the comedian put her on blast, which thankfully, the girl I was on the date with shut the fuck up. Thankfully. But yeah, this has been an epidemic of like these women who think they can talk during a show. Now, this guy is not right. He is not right. He is wrong because he should have gotten up, gone to security and said, "Look, I got a problem with these people," instead of standing up and yelling and making a scene. That's the other problem. Everyone is a Karen today. Everyone thinks they need to make this big scene. No, you don't. You go get, like, it's one thing if if you had told security and security didn't come and do anything, that would be, that would be something. I still probably wouldn't make this big of a scene if that was the incident, but um, making this scene is not right. Like, I would have went and got security, and then next thing I would have done was pull out my phone. Here's the thing about pulling out your phone. It either ends it or amps it up, because people smart enough to realize, oh, he's recording me and I'm going to look like shit, end it. But a lot of people will amp it up. And if they amp it up, they're the ones being a disruptive. He's being disruptive. Two wrongs don't make a right. So, yeah, this is what's been happening. I just don't. There's so many of these Karens out there, and here you see female Karens and a male Karen. Like, they all look like shit here. They make them a part of the show, winding them up. Well, a comedian will, because a comedian with comedy, they have to keep the audience. Comedy is not easy. You have to keep the audience engaged and on your side. And yeah, you need to do that as a comedian. So it's very hard to do that. So yeah, if you're at a comedy show talking, he asked them several times to stop. Well, that's fine. I would have pulled out my phone and asked them several times to stop, or gotten security. Him making a scene, just as bad as what they're doing. I am going to close these drapes real quick. One quick second. There we go. I just don't want. I don't want that. I don't want that sun in my face. Well, okay. So Matt Rife and what's Hofstetter's his name. What's his name? He's a piece of shit. I hate the guy. Steve Hofstetter. Those two actually encourage people to yell out for different reasons. Matt Rife is he's a good-looking guy, and part of his act is to flirt with women. So what he does encourage women to yell out. And some comedians do that, and they're very good with it. Steve Hofstetter actually for a while, he was paying people to be plants in his audience, because he was getting the viral videos of a heckler would yell something out and he would shut them down. And like, he would have a pre-planned thing with them. It was all a work. It was a bit. And people were like, oh, look at this comedian. He shut these guys. It was as fake as when your local radio station does the War of the Roses. That's a fake bit. Those are actors calling in. You're not listening to anything real. It's all scripted. So, radio stations have not been legally able to call and prank people since at least the early 2000s. There was a court case about it. So they can't do that. So when you hear these phone scams on your local radio, they're fake. They're talking to actors. Most times comedians. And Steve Hofstetter, most times the people he was hiring to be hecklers are comedians. So there are comedians out there who do encourage that type of behavior, but most do not. And if you engage in that type of behavior, most times, like, you're interrupting the show for other people. Damn it. There. Now, I really feel bad for this guy, because he was taking his nieces to see Mamma Mia. And that's what gets lost in this. These young girls they've now had their show interrupted, and they're embarrassed. That's what's sad. And that's the problem with so many of these people. is, they're not thinking about what their actions mean towards others. It's all about me. We're me, me, me. We're a very selfish society right now. Michael McIntyre, he goes into a celebrity's bedroom. I can already tell you that's fake. No, that's a crime, breaking into someone's house and going into their bedroom. That's a crime. So I can tell you right now, without even looking at that bit, it's a like the celebrities are in on it. What do you want? This cat was all over me all day yesterday. And like if I'm watching a movie, it's like, okay, yeah, we cuddled on the couch, we were watching a movie. Kevin Costner movie. It was an older one though. Um, it was the one about the running team. It was another one of those freaking movies. Like, well, how many times I have to make that movie? Hollywood is so out of ideas. So out of ideas. And that's why they're going to comic books and cartoon, like live action turning, because that's things that they didn't do for years. So that's the only untapped well of stuff that they haven't made movies on. Mamma Mia show, it's based on audience participation. Oh, this was definitely not that. And but yeah, this was going viral on this guy. And I'm sure he thinks he's right, but you can be he would have been in the right had he just gone to security or had he recorded them. But yeah, he wasn't. Um I'm looking to see if there's what was there anything else I wanted to talk about. I almost went live last night. Georgie actually reached out to me. We were talking about going live about the protests. So yeah, we were talking about going live for that, and um, they just I was watching like nothing. There was some stuff that is like okay, but like nothing I was gonna go live over. Like I love reacting to some of that stuff live, but yeah, not a lot of that stuff am I going to like jump in live over. Um, my friend asked me to go see Bridges of Madison County right after I found out my husband was cheating, and I was loud in the theater. I was talking about this. Have you guys ever gone to the Ghetto Theater? Especially when I was in high school and college, I loved going to the Ghetto Theater when there was a horror movie. Because all it was like that. That's where it becomes appropriate. If you know that's what the show is going to be, great. Um, in fact, down in Hemet, they were just doing Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I have zero interest in. Okay, none. But my friend Kelly, she's like, she is, she's gay. She's into all the drag shows down in Palm Springs, and like, she really enjoys it. And I will go to some of that stuff with her because she's got such severe PTSD. It causes like her and I can slip into agoraphobia very quickly. Agoraphobia is fear of going outside. And it's not even really a fear. We can go outside. It's just we avoid it. And but she was like, "Would you go to?" I told her about that show, and she was like, "Would you go with me?" And I was like, "I probably would. I'm not going dressed up. Like, yeah, I'm not going dressed up, but I would go with her. I would go. In fact, we're gonna go see a couple Broadway musicals um, that are coming out here. Uh, Book of Mormon and Spamalot. I'm looking forward to those. You will never see me at Mamma Mia. I think I told you guys my ex-wife wanted to go see The Lion King, and it was a recurring show that they had up in Vegas, and it was for her birthday, and I was like, "Yeah, we can go up there to see Lion King." So I paid like over $200 for tickets, and the seats still were not that great. But we go to the Lion King, and she fell asleep like half hour into the show. And I'm like, I look over, I'm like, she's fucking, and I've seen this movie. I've seen this movie. Like, I was like, a part of me, I was like, I should go out to the lobby and like get some drinks and like, you know, because like every Vegas theater has like a little lobby area with a couple TVs and a bar. I'm like, I should go out there and watch like a football game or well, actually it was baseball. Watch like a game or something, and then come back in at the end of the show. Yeah, these protests, they're going to get worse before they get better because the protesters are, and you're still saying they're not following the law. They're amping things up. They're escalating, and until you think after a woman died, they'd back the hell down. Nope. So I think it's going to take more to get seriously injured before they back down. Les Miserables, not my. It's not my thing. Um, yeah, Monty Python, I'm all about that one. Um, Book of Mormon, yeah, I'm never gonna go see Wicked. Zero interest in that. I didn't even like Wizard of Oz. It's a shit movie. Um, I'm trying to think what other musicals. I have zero interest in seeing South Pacific. Uh, uh, How to Succeed in Business Without Trying. Yeah, no. I was on a plane recently and I did watch a movie, A Big Bold Beautiful Adventure. And it's a romantic comedy. Um, I did watch it. Uh, at first, I didn't realize it was a romantic comedy at first. And I started watching it, and then like a couple minutes, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." But it was actually they did a couple things. I was like, "Okay, this is kind of different, kind of interesting." So I was watching it because it was unique. And that's one thing you're not seeing out of Hollywood right now is things that are unique. You're also seeing all these sex offenders. Did you guys see Daniel Stern got arrested for soliciting prostitution? And then also, same day, Timothy Busfield was arrested for sexual acts with a minor. And these are all people who've, these are the people who call Trump a pedophile. That's one thing I find funny. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, you guys are just projecting. Oh, the Antifa member, the one who wore the ski mask. It was the tranny in the ski mask who was making threats toward ICE. Just got arrested. I did see where they were able to identify it. Somali protesters rushed ICE in St. Cloud, Minnesota. And it's retweeted with, it's me, Mogadishu, just like Black Hawk Down. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what this is. But 1,000 more ICE agents are headed to Minneapolis. 1,000 more. There's going to be more ICE agents in Minneapolis than there is cops. And that's what happens. It's like, yeah, this what if they were like if these protesters were not getting involved and just standing back, and you can yell shit, you can yell nice stuff, but when you start obstructing and like blocking traffic, oh yeah, you're escalating. It's going to ramp up. Madam Butterfly, no interest in seeing that. Yep, no. I did see. Did you guys see this? That the dentist case, the dead dentist, and apparently his wife was a vascular surgeon. They made an arrest. They arrested her ex-husband. That happened yesterday. I'll pull up that case. Sorry, the sun was getting in my eyes again. Damn sun moving. Let me pull this. All right. Ooh, they got a mugshot of the guy. Police arrest surgeon, ex-husband of Ohio woman, slain alongside dentist husband in double murder record show. Spencer Tepe, 37, and Monique Tepe, 39, were found dead with gunshot wounds in their Wyland Park home December 30th. I was actually there in Columbus when this happened. As a Canadian, there's no way I would go to the USA. We don't care. We don't care. Here's the thing. Any of you who live outside of the USA, like, we don't care what you think about what's happening here. We don't give a shit. And I don't think that's what you guys realize. Like, we have enough issues. We don't care about your opinions. You don't really see us weighing in on Canadian matters. Rarely ever do I. Like, we don't care about what you guys do. Speak French and eat your poutine. Sorry. We don't care what you think about us. The ex-husband and an Ohio dentist's wife killed in a double murder was arrested Saturday in the Chicago area, according to court records. Michael David McKee, 39, was arrested, police records show. Columbus officials said police responded to the Wineland Park home around 10 a.m. and found Spencer Tepe, Monique Tepe, both dead with gunshot wounds. McKee is Monique's ex-husband. So this is the guy here. McKee was booked at Winnebago County Sheriff's Office in Illinois before noon Saturday, records show. He's being charged with 2 counts of murder in Ohio. Detectives in Columbus believe the murders took place between 2 and 5 a.m. Both the couple's children were found safe inside the home when officers arrived. Police didn't find signs of forced entry, and a weapon was not recovered from the home, officials said. So initially, I said this was a family member, and it was probably going to be over a custody dispute. I don't know if this is his, if any of these kids are his. They sound like they were like really young kids, really young. No, our government doesn't. Our government doesn't really care about Canadians' opinions of what's happening in the U.S. We don't. They don't. And I can say that because I've worked in government. Well, I'm not gonna be. Oh, I called it. Like, it just that's you start doing the deduction. That's what it shows you. Most likely. Rarely in crimes are there things that surprise you. I'm married to a Native American, and my daughter-in-law is from Jamaica, and I'm scared ICE would go after them. Well, that's why. Hopefully, you're. I don't know why a Native American, if they were born here, they would have citizenship. But if your daughter-in-law is from Jamaica, just all she has to do is make sure she's here legally. If she's not here legally, leave. This is not like anything new. Like, leave, come here legally. And if it's your daughter-in-law, there's an expedited process if you're married. So she's got it easier than anyone else. ICE is going after illegal immigrants. They're not going after legal immigrants. They have no desire to. So I don't get, if your daughter-in-law is here legally, why would ICE go after them? Yeah, she could be here on a passport for, I think it's 180 days. Or she can get a visa. There's several visas she could get. And here's the other thing. If she were to have a kid here, they're going to let her stay with the kid. Like, we are so generous with our immigration laws. We are so generous. And that's what people don't realize. It is not hard at all to, like, stay here. But you've had people who've abused it for such a long time that we have to tighten things up. Sorry. Closing the border was the first thing. That was the first step. Getting the illegals out is the second step. Now, after that happens, if they want to come back here, we can have controlled immigration. Any immigrant who comes here and follows the laws is welcome here. But you have to follow the laws, and guess what? The first law is coming here legally. Sorry. If that's a bridge too far for you, find something else. All right, back to the story. According to charging documents, police were able to identify McKee by linking him to a car that arrived in the Tepes neighborhood shortly before the murders and left just after the homicide. The car was then located to Rockford, Illinois, and police found evidence it belonged to McKee. The couple was killed just 1 month short of their 5-year wedding anniversary. Rob Misla, Spencer's brother-in-law, told WSYX. See, I was told that these were little children, like unable to care for themselves, little. So I'm thinking 2 years, or, well, actually, I'd probably say 4 years or younger, right? Not old enough to pick up a phone and call 911. And they have been, these two have been married for 5 years. And here it says court records show McKee's divorce with Monique was finalized in 2017. He's lived in various states, including Virginia, Nevada, Illinois, since 2020, according to public records. So this tells me it's likely not a custody issue, which I did believe it was. I believe this was a custody. I believed it was someone trying to get those kids. People are missing as the people being deported have already been to immigration court and they've been told to leave and they don't. Yeah. There is, and I keep getting people, there's no due process for them. Yes, there is due process. They don't get a normal trial. They go into immigration court, and that has always been the process for them. They go into immigration court, they have a habeas corpus hearing, and then that immigration judge decides whether they can stay or not. Again, I am all about going through the process. I'm all about it. Does our process need to be fixed? Many places, yes, but you have to go through the process. But see, these protesters don't want the process to go into play. Just like that judge who just got convicted for escorting an illegal immigrant out the back of her courtroom. You can't do that. Can't do that. That you are not following the process. And good. Judges like that should not be on the bench. I'm glad she was convicted. I'm glad she was forced to step down. She should not be allowed to practice law ever again. Like, that is a violation. Let's see. Police on Monday released surveillance showing a person of interest. Okay. Shows the man walking slowly in the alley in what appeared to be a dark coat and light colored pants. At 10 a.m., one of Tepe's friends went to the couple's home and told the 911 operator he could see a body inside. There's a body. Our friend wasn't answering his phone. We did a wellness check. Okay. So yeah, this is a case that's going to be going on. I am trying to get someone to cover this. I've got family in Columbus to see if they'll cover this trial. If it goes to trial. Potentially it might not go to trial. In fact, I would say 65% this does not go to trial. 35% it does. But I'm trying to line people up to go and report on this for the show. I'm trying to get Kelly. Kelly really loves true crime. I'm trying to get her to go to court for the show. Go to court and start doing reporting on it for us. Trying to think if there's any other stories that we would want to discuss. Did I have anything in my notes? I do prepare for the show, even for Coffee with the Skipper. If there's something... Oh my, this... I got to talk about this one. We've talked about it a little bit. Wow. Okay, here, let me download this. Jesus. This is disgusting. You guys are not going to believe this one. This is absolutely disgusting. Melissa Gilbert bought Christmas gifts for husband Timothy Busfield's alleged child victims, arrest warrant states. These are the people calling Trump a pedophile. Right here. Timothy Busfield, right here. Known from the show 30-something. And what was the other one? Revenge of the Nerds and The West Wing. A child, I did read the TMZ report. The child alleged that he touched the child's genitalia. And Melissa Gilbert here, who you may know from Little House on the Prairie, that's her husband. She actually has run for political office. She ran for office in Michigan. She did drop out, but she has run for political office. That is how sick these freaking people are. This is disgusting. These two should be canceled. They were just talking about her. You know, Netflix is bringing back Little House on the Prairie, and they were gonna bring her in as part of that. Oh, she should not, but she should be canceled along with him. This right here. You telling me she didn't know? You didn't know? She's been married to him for what, 30 some years? You didn't know? And I haven't heard her come out and, talk about this. She's keeping a very low profile. Very low profile. Oh my God, I want to show this as well. Because it kind of goes back to some of the shit that I was talking about. All right, so this one I'm going to remove. And now I want to put up this one. This is from the Telegraph. Listen up, straight white men. A woke comedian is here to tell you what you can and can't joke about. Ugh. Ugh. This.
No.
You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded.
Like, does anyone really want to be lectured to at a comedy show? A comedy show should be uncomfortable humor. It should be uncomfortable because there's truth in it. Well, Voss in Timothy Busfield's case, there's 3 victims who've come forward so far. And if you think that's going to be the last one, there's going to be more. That is really loud. I'm going to turn that down. There we go. Let's try it again. It's better. It's better. I'm going to turn down a little bit more. There we go. That works for me. But yeah. Like, you can't talk. Fucking. Does this woman look at all funny? Like, who's like, oh yeah, I want, like, if this is your poster for your show, who is going to this show based off this look right here? Who the hell is going to this show? This is a comedian who gets clapter. Not laughter, clapter, where people are, oh, yeah, you're brave. You're brave. Like, I don't want to go to a comedy show to see someone be brave. I want to see someone like rip into our social norms. It's just disgusting. Like, this is what's sad is there are women who will like tell this woman she's funny. And I don't even have to look at anything of her set. This does not look funny at all. Everything I'm hearing about it looks horrible. Comedy shows, like, it's not a place to lecture people. You have to entertain people, not lecture them. If your goal is not first and foremost to make the audience laugh, your comedy show sucks. Woke culture is just like flea law, a joke. Yeah, right there. Perfect example. Perfect example. Oh God. I gotta retweet this. This is so wrong. Now, again, comedy should make you feel uncomfortable. And this makes me that is so wrong. I gotta send this to a buddy of mine. Because there's a guy we make fun of from the old Opie and Anthony show named E-Rock. And I just said, E-Rock is an avatar? Here's another one. Like, some of these celebrities, like, okay, this is Neil Young. We should investigate if Neil Young has been friends with Timothy Busfield. And here he's saying he's calling out Donald Trump. I'm not scared of you. Like, we don't give a shit what you say, dude. We don't care. Uh-huh. Looking to see what else is happening in the news. Any stories you guys want to talk about? I'll talk about them. Tim Dillon, has he decided if he's gay or not? Because he was kind of back and forth there for a while. Dude, okay, I'm gonna show this. I gotta show this. This is what these people are deranged. Oh, hold on. I gotta stop that because I didn't hit for the audio. Stop sharing. That's one thing that's a downside about this. You gotta tell it I want the audio. There we go. Okay. So he's talking to this woman at a protest.
This is what we're dealing with on the ground.
Yup.
All over. That's right. Actually, I'm very respectful.
These women, okay, like this woman, no one likes you. No one likes you. Like, you are the worst. You want to talk about privileged? This woman is clearly privileged. Is she taking in any of these illegal immigrants into her home? No. No, she's not. What's my plan or what's my view on Greenland? I honestly, I don't see what the point is one way or the other. So, I haven't heard why he wants Greenland. I haven't heard why we shouldn't be in Greenland. Like, it's pretty unpopulated. It's mostly desolate. So, yeah, I will say this: it's probably strategically a counter against Russia, but the people who call Trump Putin's puppet are the ones fighting against it.
He's a badass.
And you're not
He's
respectful
a
at all in
badass
any
big
way.
man.
Look how privileged this woman is. I guarantee you, like, these are expensive gloves. Like, these aren't dollar store gloves. These were probably like $40, $50. That's an expensive jacket. But here she is out here, like, doing this. She's not taking in any immigrants. She's not helping any immigrants. She's just like with the other one. This is just another white woman who wants to lecture to people. Take your fucking lecture elsewhere. I don't give a shit.
Badass.
I just
He's
want
a
to ask,
badass
do you
big
believe
man.
in illegal
Look
immigration?
at this big man.
Do you think
What a
U.S.
big
taxpayers should
man.
be funding
What a
housing for
scary
illegals
man.
and
What
medical
a
care?
smart man. He is so intelligent. This man, he's got nothing to say. He's got nothing to say.
Look at this one over here. Oh my God. It's all women.
Not to say.
It's all, oh my God. Oh my God. This one right here. Like, there is some guy out here married to this piece of shit. And let me just say, I absolutely empathize with that man. I feel so sorry for him. She probably dragged him to that protest. He's probably standing there like, I don't want to fucking be here, but I've got to deal. I got to deal with her every day. And if I don't come, she's going to make my life an absolute living hell. Like, making this face, do you think you're ever the good guy? Do you think you're the good guy? Like, I hope this woman sees this later and like, Karen, there's one guy here, Karen. So one dude and 4 Karens. They're all old women. This is what I keep saying. Old women are most of the Karens because they used to be young women and they were attractive and young and they got a lot of attention, a lot of positive attention from men. They got a lot of positive attention from their parents, who were probably like, "Oh, my daughter's so young and beautiful." And then they got old. And I'm sorry, pussy friggin' ages like friggin' milk. I'm sorry. So no one wants them anymore, and they don't get the positive attention. Now they're just treated like everybody else. Everybody else. And they don't like that. They don't like being treated like everyone else. Like, just like that trans, or that woman who dressed as a man. She went as a man for a couple years, didn't let people know she was a woman, and she ended up killing herself. She took her own life. And before she did, she was like, "I thought it was gonna be so easy." She's like, "Men have it hard. Men are treated like shit every single day." Yeah. Men, we treat each other like shit. We do. It was like, we had someone who was trans who was gonna come to one of our family events. And, you know, me and my brothers are pretty ruthless. And they were like, I was being told, "Hey, this person's coming. You have to be nice to them," which I was always going to be nice. Like, but they then fucked up and said, I was like, "Well, what do you mean by nice?" And they said, "Treat him like you would any other man." I'm like, "Oh, like any other man?" Because then I'm going to be like, "Hey, faggot, why don't you pull out those tits for us, bro?" That's how I would treat a man. That's how men treat each other. That's how. That's None of these trans men actually want to be treated like men. They all want to be treated special. It's mental illness. They all want to be treated special. And that's what this woman. She was treated special her whole life. Her whole life, she's been special.
Now,
He's a big
now
man.
I'm a Nazi.
Yeah, 4 women following him around.
What a big man.
Oh.
What a big man.
Oh, 5. None of them are below the age of 45. They're all old women. This one back here recording, you can record all day long.
Crazy. I'm very respectful.
Look, there's another, you can see the news is out there. They just have a problem with this guy showing how they really are. And this is how they are. Oh, look, she's got her $50 fucking Stanley. Talking about how bad the government is. She's not helping any illegal immigrants.
Crazy. I'm very respectful. I'm very respectful. Here, this is the mentality.
Okay, this one might be under the age of 45. But would any of you want to have a dinner with these women? Because again, they're just going to lecture to you. If not about this, on something else.
This is the state of the United States right now. This is what's going on here in this.
So, yeah, I'm glad we were able to watch that. This is the first time I saw that. So we were watching that real time. Like, shut the fuck up. No one cares. No one cares about your old lady ass opinion. Go. You want to give me your opinion? Tell me a good recipe. Go get back in the fucking kitchen and make us some cookies, Nana. Like, we don't want to hear your fucking opinions about illegal immigration. It's not a learned opinion. It's always old women. Always. Oh. I'm looking to see if there's anything else. And I'm glad there's people on the right who stopped being pussies about this and are leaning into it and are like, yeah, civil discourse has broken down and we're not going to stop. Double chocolate chip cookie. Yeah. I want some fucking oatmeal raisin cookies. Like, oh my God. I do have a video. I don't know what day it's going to come out, but it's one of these places. They were selling some merchandise, and they got review bombed over it. And yeah, they got review bombed, and then the owner was mad at the review bombing. It's like, dude, you were asking for this. If you're gonna sell T-shirts, yeah, you're gonna get potentially unnice stuff said about you, right, Shinemesis? Right? Like, half of these people, like, it's like, no, the world has passed you by. It has passed you by. Stop. Just be a loving grandparent. That's your job now. My job right now is to be a loving father first and foremost. You don't see me putting my life in danger for a political cause. You don't see it happen. I left the military because it was going to be very clear that my ex was going to use the military to keep me away from my son. That was a big reason I left. And I told him, you are number one in my life. You absolute first thing. I think about you in every decision I make, every single one. And it's not the deciding factor, but I do consider how every decision I make affects you, because you are my child. And him and I have a great relationship. He's a teenager. He's in the stage of rebelling. And I told him, I expect you to rebel. I expect you to tell me, Dad, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And you know what? You should. It's a part of growing up. It's not my job to coddle him. I have to be there. I have to teach him the ways of being a man. And I've even told him, hey, you've now learned enough from me about being a man. You now need to go and learn from other men. I think of my best friend. His dad, my dad was a truck driver. We made decent money. His dad worked a blue collar job. He was a mechanic. And they had more kids than my family. So they didn't have as much opportunities. And me and my best friend, we went to a private school. My best friend had to pay for that private school himself. Back then, it was like $4,000 a year. So we didn't get a chance to hang out often. He would call me and be like, hey, I got to work this job this weekend. Do you want to work it with me so we can hang out? That's how we hung out. He's a doctor today. Not like a medical doctor. He's a doctor of biology. But growing up, he ended up buying a car that he had to fix up. And his dad showed him how to fix it. And like there were days where he was like, hey, I got to work on my car. Come on by. And his dad taught me a lot of stuff. At a certain age, you can't learn any more from your parents. You have to go out in the world and learn from other people. And they're going to help mold and shape you as a person. I recognize that. But my job is still to be there. That's probably my biggest problem with this woman in Minnesota. She was not there for her kids. Neither of them were. They put their kids second. That was a very selfish thing. And now that child has to grow up without their parent. No, wear that bee proudly and then attack. Yeah, if a guy calls you a bitch, yeah, you should attack him. But that's not what these women were doing, as you saw. This was a guy, he was just trying to have some civil discourse. If you don't want to talk to him, say, I'm not going to talk to you. There you go. But that's not what you see from these people. They surround them, they name call, they just screech, and it's so, oh my God. And it's always white women, usually old white women. Like, do white women not have any sense of self realization? Like, you're not convincing anyone to your side. Hey, Diane. Like, when you're doing this screeching, ugh. For me, it's like, I no. But if they were there, like if these women were there and saying, "Hey, we care for these people, and we're gonna be here peacefully, calmly, and we're gonna, you know, make them blankets and get shirts done," I'd have no problem with that. None. But to be out there screeching at people who are being very respectful, very respectful. Hey, Larry, good to see you. Um, I'm not going to show this one. It'll get me taken. I'll describe it. It's a soccer field covered in snow, and there's a kid out in the middle of it, and it says, "Finally, a kid without a phone." And the kid is walking in patterns to make a swastika. Oh my God. Kids will do that. They'll rebel. They'll do shit like that. He did the wrong swastika though. I will say that. Like, teach your kids history. His swastika, he did the backwards Indian swastika. Now this is funny. This is really funny. Now, why can't women do this? This is really funny. Boys, in case you were wondering, this is what 8 inches really looks like. That's actually longer than 8 inches. Guaranteed. Unless if she's got a very small arm. But yeah. But that's funny. That's funny. See, women can be funny. They can be very funny. But not when they're lecturing. Don't lecture at me. 3 things you don't mess with: my kids, my hubby, and my pocketbook. Yeah. Someone said, I'll just show it to you. Hey, Grok, make her look like Voldemort. I'm retweeting that. Tic-tac-toe on her forehead. She does have a big forehead, but go ahead. That's a hack joke though. The frog of shame. Oh my God. Good one, Rajesh. See, some people out there, like, why can't you just have fun? Like, yeah, comedy's offensive. It should be offensive. It should be. That's good comedy. If it offends you, it's because there's truth in it. ICE responds after the Philadelphia sheriff, Rochelle Bilal, threatens to arrest federal immigration enforcement agents. They actually tweeted out and they said, "Try it, see what happens." Oh, yeah. These people, they don't want ICE in their thing. They don't want ICE in their city. And they're like, Trump can't do it because of the Posse Comitatus Act. Nobody could do it under the Insurrection Act. And if you have officials, which Tim Walz was, Mayor Fry was, and now the sheriff in Philadelphia. If you're telling people that you're going to arrest federal agents, or people should attack federal agents or resist federal agents, guess what? That's a crime. That is undermining the lawful authority of the United States government. And I know people are not going to like this, but you do that, Trump will be able to send in troops under the Insurrection Act. Do you really want troops there? That's what I'm asking. Do you really want troops there? Um. Oh, hold on. We got another one, folks. I think we got another one. I have not seen this one yet. Let's see. Turn on audio. All right, let's see this one. Apparently, they're throwing cones at DHS. And I know where the.
There you go.
Oh shit! This stuff, dude. You think screeching is gonna help? He's arrested. He's now a felon. Oh, another felon. Yep, that's what happened. I need the audio from Trading Places where Eddie Murphy is getting out of the he's been bailed out of jail and he's walking out the streets and the cops are fighting with the guy and he's like, "Might I suggest using a nightstick, officer?" Yeah, you throw things at DHS officials, you're gonna have a bad time. Or I'll tell you the other one I need is, do you see what happens, Larry? Do you see what happens, Larry? For fans of the Big Lebowski there. Yeah. Oh, that screeching voice. Oh. Like you really want to be out there screeching? Oh yeah, I did see this. The woman in Minneapolis, the guy that ICE was going to get was a sex offender. Uh, I'm looking to see if there's anything. That's funny. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more of these videos. There's going to be a lot more of these videos. Trump's going to be able to send in the military. Keep it up. Keep up the damage, the attacks. It's going to happen. I can't believe people like it's like you don't think that's going to happen? Who sent me something? My thing's beeping. Someone send me something. Or they're tagging me. What is it? I don't know if you can hear it. I can hear it. It's all. Oh, I think I'm going to wrap things up. I think that might be enough for me this morning. Send me if there's stuff you guys want me to talk about. Send it to me. You see any funny videos, especially. Too funny. All right, guys, I'm gonna get going. I don't agree with slapping women, but when they step up to officers and see what happens on them, yeah, you can stand there, you can scream, you can say not nice things, you can record them, you can even follow them. You can follow cops. You can't interfere and you can't touch them. Can't do it. And if you disagree with me, try it. Try it out. Record it for me. Record it and send it to me. I'd love to see it. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakening at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened